what we're going to do tonight, I'm not doing anything. My daughter is going to show us how to make a chunky yarn blanket. And we're using this Yarn Bee. I should have flipped my phone around, but it's Yarn Bee Chunky Knit Velvet. See, I wanted the velvet because it's so soft. It's just so soft. And so I wanted the velvet yarn that they have at Hobby Lobby. And they have this blush color. And I thought it would be so pretty that they have cream, blush, black, red, and the velvet. And then Skylar has made, hand me that. No, the other. She's already made a chunky yarn blanket using this. The Yarn Bee Eternal Bliss, which this is the same that I used to make my bunny rabbits. And, oh, this velvet, I don't know if you all remember last year, I did the, stockings. I got the stocking frame from Dollar Tree, and I used the red velvet chunky yarn to make the stockings last year for Christmas. So I still have some of that red left, but hi, Brett. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Sally. Oh, and then there's this. The yarn, wait a minute. This is so pretty. Yarn Chunky Spiral. This color is below freezing. That is a gorgeous color. Isn't that so pretty? Look at that. Oh, I love it. And it's soft. Ooh, I could cuddle up with that. Are you making this for somebody? Oh, okay. She takes orders for these.
Oh, no, not that one.
Not this one? Okay.
That one I got just because I liked it.
Oh, she got this just because she likes it. But she takes orders if anyone's interested. But hi, Catherine from Cincinnati. So, see, we've got 21 people on here. Are you guys ready to watch her do this? She's going to show how to, because it takes, I've only got 4 skeins because I don't want a very big throw. It's just for when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV and my feet get cold and I want to cover my feet up, while I'm watching TV. So I don't want a very big one. So I only bought 4 skeins for my blanket, and each skein is 40 yards, and that should still make me a good size chunky blanket. So I guess, hi Ellen, I'm going to turn you all around. She's going to show you how to do a full skein, and then she's going to show you how to attach a second skein, and she's not going to be able to show you how to finish it in this video because it takes a couple hours. I mean, it's not like really, really fast. So she will show you how to finish it, but she won't be finishing it on the video. So anyways, I'm going to turn you all around so you can watch Skylar and she can say yes, hello. Let's see. Let me get you. How do I turn this around? I haven't done this. Okay, I got it. All right, say hi, Skylar.
Hey, okay, so to get started.
Well, all you need is the yarn and the scissors, right?
Yeah, yarn and scissors, that's it. For my big chunky knit blankets, the 4 feet by 6 feet, I use 8 of this. That's how many I use for the 4 feet by 6 feet. But we're only using 4 skeins of Mom's Velvet, so I don't know how big it's going to turn out. But okay, to get started.
All right, Marita says hi, Skylar.
Hi.
Good to see you again, Tammy. All right.
All right. So you find the end of your yarn.
Let me get close so you guys can see.
And you leave this like a couple inches, and then you're going to loop and pull through to make a little knot.
Okay, did you guys see that?
Did everybody get that?
If you guys need to see it again, let us know and she can do it one more time.
Yeah.
Ellen says, hi, Skylar. Ellen, let's see. All right, I guess since no one is asking to see that again, we're going to go on.
So for this blanket, I'm only going to do 20 loops, but for my 4 feet by 6 feet ones, I usually do 30. So, but to get started, what you're going to do is here's your yarn. This is the end. You leave that off. You're going to go through and pull.
Oh, wait, hold on. Marita Stamper asked if you could do it again.
Yes.
Okay, she'll do it again.
Okay. So you're going to leave a couple inches off. Then you're going to pull up, flip it around, and then pull this back through. Okay? Because you don't want it to be like a knot. It can still move. It's if anyone ever crochets, that's how you get started for crocheting too. You just make the loop and then you pull through.
Is everyone ready to move on? Give me some thumbs up and some hearts. All right, Marcus,
Okay.
stop picking. My husband's picking on us.
All right, so now we're going to go through this and pull our working yarn through and make another loop.
All right.
And I want to do this 20 times. 1, 2, 3. And you want to keep your loops as even as you can. That's really important. You don't want them to be too big and loose because then that makes the really big holes in your blanket and you don't want that.
Unless you like that top.
Yeah.
I don't. I
Unless
want
that's
mine
what you
tight.
want.
I want my knots tight. I don't want them really loose. So how is everyone doing tonight? I know it's been a while since I've been live, y'all. I've been meaning to go live again, but things just happen. But
Yeah, my yarn.
oh, sorry. Let's move this skein over here. Is that the skein?
No.
That's the skein.
No, this is.
Oh! I'm letting Skylar take the reins tonight.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Can y'all see her real good? Do I have it at a good angle?
Okay,
All right.
so we did
Let me
20
back it up.
loops. Do you want me to do it bigger or you think that's big enough?
I like to have it as wide as like my arms stretched out. I don't know.
Well, then I'm gonna add 5 more loops, so I'll be 25. Okay.
That's Mom calling, but I'm not going to answer it.
All right, so I've got 25 loops here, which this is not really as long as your blanket ends up being, because whenever you start building onto it, it loosens up, and so really this is not as wide as it will be. It will be wider than this. But so we've got 25 loops, but I'm going to add 1 more. So it's 26, but that's going to be for your new roll. So you add 1 extra, and then you're going to start going back through your loops for the holes and pulling your working yarn up, making little loops like this.
Okay, did you guys catch it, or does she need to do it again?
So I'm going to show it again. You go up through your hole and you pull your working yarn up to make a little loop. Okay? Like this. And you want your loops to be as even as possible.
Any questions, anyone? Are you guys seeing it at a good angle? I hope so. I'm holding the camera. I'm trying to make sure I get it so you guys can tell what she's doing. So if y'all are getting it, give me some thumbs up and hearts. And if you don't mind, I'd appreciate you sharing this video. And like I said, my daughter takes orders for these. And after the video, I will post some yarn and color choices and stuff that you can choose from if you wanted to order from her. But
So this is basically just like hand crocheting. You don't have your needle, you're just using your hands. So if anyone crochets, you kind of know. But you're just going, find the hole in your loop, and you're pushing your working yarn through it to make a new loop. Like this. Okay?
Now this yarn, let's see, the one she's using to make mine, the velvet, is $20 at Hobby Lobby, but you can always use the 40% off coupon.
And get it for $14.
And what does she charge, Catherine? Well, it depends the yarn that you want her to make it with, and the size. Because if you are interested, you can message us and we'll get back to you on that. But there are different types of yarn and they cost differently. Like what she's using for mine is the chunky knit velvet, and it's $19.99 without tax.
One is
And then there's this Eternal Bliss. She's made a couple chunky blankets with this. And then there is this. It's so pretty. Look at that. I love that color. It's called Below Freezing, and it's $19.99. So it all depends on what yarn. There are multiple types of yarn, and we'll post the colors and the different types of yarn that she uses. So if any of you are interested, just send us a message, and we can figure out how much it would cost, because we would need to know size and all that stuff too.
And number of colors.
Yeah, she's made, I don't know, I posted a picture with the one she made with 3 different colors, so she can do multiple colors. It doesn't have to just be one color.
3 is my limit though, because if you add more than 3, it kind of starts to look messy, so I don't really, 3 is my limit for colors. But okay, so we've reached the end of our roll here. I just brought it up through this last hole, and so what you're going to do is you're going to go back the other way, and you're going to start working your way back through these loops. So you just pull it up through these, like this. And you keep your loops as even as you can. That's really important. I know I've said it 3 times, but
She takes after me because that's how I am when I'm teaching you. When I did my lives, I would repeat things, but we just want to make sure everybody gets it.
yeah, and so I'm just going back and pulling through these loops.
How long has it taken you? So your last blanket was what, 4x6 or 5x6?
4x6.
It was 4x6, and how long did it take you to make it?
It probably took me about 5 hours to make that one because I had to switch colors and stuff. But the first one that I did, the blue ombre, that one only took me 4 hours. So.
And with the first one where she used the Eternal Bliss, it's 28 yards, and she used how many?
8.
8 to make a 5x6 blanket. But the velvet one that she's making for me is 40 yards. And I've got 4 of those skeins, so hopefully it should make a good size still.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful too, Catherine. When I saw the velvet, the blush color, it's called blush, I thought, oh my goodness. It just looks so cozy, and it's so soft, and I'm excited. I can't wait to snuggle up on the couch with it.
So we're almost to the end of our roll again. And when I get to the end of this row, I'm going to count my loops to make sure I have the correct number of loops. Because and I do this kind of often, like every other row, I'll count my loops to make sure I still have the right number. Because if you miss one loop, you could get to the end of it and think you're done. But if you've missed one loop, your whole blanket can come undone. So I'll just go back through here and count and make sure I have as many as I need. So we did...
It is soft, Pat. It is so soft. That's why I chose the velvet.
Okay, so this one has 25, and I've got 25. So I know I didn't miss any. And so now we're at the end of this roll again. And I'm going to unravel some of my yarn.
Hi, Elizabeth.
And then I'm just going to go back through this loop at the end. And then work my way back the other way.
Thank you for sprinkling, Elizabeth.
We're just going to keep pulling through the loops we made last time to make new loops.
So does anyone think they'd try making one for themselves? I mean, I'm not a person that crochets or sews or any of that, so I leave all that to Skylar. I've got too many other things on my platter right now. So I leave all this kind of stuff because she's got her sewing machine and took FCCLA. She was in FCCLA in high school. And what else was it? Was it just FCCLA?
Yeah, I took a fashion class and I learned how to sew, crochet, knit, and do all that stuff. So I got my sewing machine my senior year of high school.
Yep, it was a birthday gift.
I don't use it hardly anymore.
You used to use it. I told her she needs to start
I
sewing
used to
things.
make pillowcases, curtains, aprons, all that stuff. Yeah, I need to start doing that again.
When she's not working, she does work quite a bit. But her other hobby is plants. She loves plants, y'all. Are there any other plant lovers on here watching us? She is like, she's to plants plants to her are like a ribbon to me. So yeah, she's like always coming in. How many plants yesterday she come in with new plants. Today she came in with new plants. Oh, look at the plants I found and all this. So yeah, she's crazy about plants.
Yep, I've got over 70 right now.
That is a lot. Me, I kill plants. I can't help it. That's me too, Catherine. The only plant, I've tried different kinds of plants, and the only type of plant I don't kill is the snake plant. Is the snake.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, they're so easy to take care of.
Alright, I'm at the end of this roll again. And so I'm just going to pull back through and then go back the other way. So you're basically just pulling through loops, making new loops.
She is very talented, Merida. Thank you, Roberta. It's going to be so soft when she's finished with that.
You can already feel it.
I just knew because where I got the velvet chunky yarn last year to make those stockings for Christmas, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to start making these chunky blankets. And I was like, oh my goodness, I want you to make me one using the velvet yarn. Because I just knew it would be so soft. So, but then this one that she's got over here looks pretty soft too. I really like that one too, though. That is really pretty.
They had so many colors in that one too. They had a rainbow one and a pink one. And
There are just so many choices. So many choices.
It's hard to pick.
And what I did was I didn't get all, because I got 4 skeins, and where they're $20 a skein, I didn't buy them all at one time. I bought them over a period of weeks because I used a 40% off coupon to save money on them. So I got them it was like $13 after tax is added. So that's with the coupon. If I had bought it without the coupon, they're $20 plus tax a piece. So yeah, that would have been over $80.
I'm just pulling my loops, making sure they're all even. And here we go. Okay, you want to feel it? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is so soft, y'all. Oh my goodness. And that's going to be so pretty.
Yep. All right.
I know my granddaughter's going to want to snuggle with that when she comes and visits.
Yeah, you have to be careful with these about getting them real dirty though. Because
Yeah.
They're hard to wash and you can't dry them in a dryer. You can put them in a dryer for like 5 minutes to fluff them up, but you don't want to dry them in a dryer because it will shrink your yarn and make it shed and stuff.
So you could put it on like air fluff or whatever, but not on heat.
Yeah, don't use heat on them. And to wash them, you can just do them on a really gentle cycle with like lukewarm water. But you don't want to get these real dirty. You want to be careful with them because the yarn will start to shed and stuff if you're not careful.
Yeah, Angie, I'm still doing wreaths. I just haven't done a live in a long time because if you've watched me before, you know that my lives could go on for a few hours. It would take me a long time, and I can't sit for that long at a time now to finish a whole wreath because of the arthritis in my elbow and hands. So I have to take breaks. So I wouldn't be able to come on and do a live to do a whole wreath, but I do want to come on and do some maybe paint pour lives. And I can do wreaths like starting them or have some that I've already started and finishing them. But I wouldn't be able to sit for a few hours like I used to and work on a whole wreath because my elbow and my hands just can't handle it. It hurts too bad. She does make it look easy, Ellen. I couldn't sit down and do it. Wouldn't be like, nope.
My first blanket, I took it apart and redid it because I wasn't happy with my first one. But now I've made a couple, so I feel like I've gotten hang of it. But my first one, my loops were all uneven. I had big holes and stuff, and so they're real easy to pull apart. If you ever want to just pull it apart, you just pull, and it just comes apart. So yeah, I took my first one apart and I redid it. So, but yeah, once you get a hang of it though, it is, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not hard.
I guess once you get used to it, your hands kind of like just do their own thing because it's like riding a bicycle or something.
Yeah.
So it's like those of us who make flower wreaths, we make a flower petal so many times, our hands just automatically know how to do it. Without, there are some petals I can make without even looking at the mesh or whatever because my hands are like just so used to making that flower petal. Yeah, it's hard to sit on. I'm going to need help getting up off the floor, Angie.
Yeah, it is. I think it's easier to make these on the floor though because you can lay them all out and do it that way.
You can sit at a table and make them, but
yeah,
the floor, you just, have all the space to stretch it out. So does anyone have any questions for Skylar? I can't wait till this is finished.
Well, it won't take me very long.
She sits and watches Gilmore Girls while she does the
Takes
blanket.
me 5 Gilmore Girls episodes to finish one. That's how I time it.
Does anyone else like Gilmore Girls? Anyone watching like the Gilmore Girls? Me and her used to sit and watch them all the time.
The reboot kind of killed it.
Yeah, when they come out, was it there was 2 or 4 episodes? 4 seasons. Yeah. What the cost? Send me a message, Pat, because it depends what yarn you want, because the yarns cost different prices, and it depends how big of a one you would like, because you can make them from like 6 feet, by 5 by 6. And then mine's probably, you could be like 3 by 4 or 4 by 4.
Yeah, this one probably would be like a 3 by 4. And this one would be probably 95 for this one. But I'm not selling it. But that's I would sell one like this one.
Well, because this yarn that she's using for me, it's $20 a skein.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you would have to message me about what size you would want. And I could tell you what colors you can choose from and the different, the different chunky yarn. Because there's the velvet yarn, there's the Eternal Bliss yarn, there's the chunky wool yarn. So it all depends. So you would have to message us to get a quote on how much a blanket would cost. And we do ship. So anything that either of us make, we ship.
I've never shipped one of these, but I would love to have a reason to.
Has anyone who's watching made a chunky blanket themselves?
I can make pillows to go with them too.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet, but I know how to do it.
I think I just come up with an ideal. I can get her to make me one of those long pillows with the same yarn for my couch. And we could throw it. My husband has this pillow, and we've had it for so long, and I hate the pillow, and I want to throw it away because it's so old, but it's like his favorite pillow that he loves to hug up with when he's in his recliner watching TV. And I told him one of these days he's going to come home and it's going to be gone. But I don't have the heart to do that because he loves that pillow too much. But maybe if I got another pillow that's just as soft, he would let me get rid of the old, ugly pillow that I hate.
Okay, almost.
See, she's almost finished with that skein.
Yep. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to count my loops and make sure I've still got 25.
We might have to, I tell you what we might have to do. We might have to get a skein of the velvet yarn in a guy color, in a manly color, and give that to Mark, like a black or a brown, so she can make a pillow for my husband, and I could throw this old pillow away. I mean, you guys just don't know how much I hate this pillow that he keeps on his recliner.
All right. You want to get up here and show me what I'm doing?
Okay.
So these are the loops from the previous roll, and these are the new loops I'm making, and I'm just going through and pulling it through like that. Then you just keep doing that.
That's a pretty good length right now, and that's not even finished with the first skein.
Nope.
So after this, I mean, I have 3 more skeins for her to use. So I think this is going to turn out to be a good length. Probably about,
a couple feet.
yeah. So it'll be good enough for me to sit with on the couch.
Yeah.
So you've made these blankets, Lisa? Do you have fun making them? I've never tried. I thought about it a long time ago, but I make wreaths and paint and do flower arrangements and all that stuff. I'm like, I ain't even got time for that. And then my daughter said she was going to start making them and I wanted one. I'm like, great, now you can make me one. So,
Yeah.
but I told her because she sews and crochets and all that stuff, and I told her she should make stuff and she could sell it from my page and take orders and things, So it's just her getting the time because she works and
Have a lot of other hobbies.
well, her hobby is plants, but and hiking. She likes to go hiking. I love to go hiking, but I'm not able to hike.
Okay, so for this skein, I'm probably getting 2 more rolls out of it, and then I'm going to show you how to attach the skein, another skein to this one, and then I'll show you how you finish it off. I'm not going to finish this one off, but I'll show you how you do.
Because we would probably be here a few hours if she
Yeah.
finished it. And we don't want to keep y'all
No,
a good
especially because, once you know how to do this, that's just what you keep doing, so I want to sit here and do the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again. So,
It's not like me showing y'all how to do a wreath or how to acrylic paint and all that stuff, because she just does the exact same thing over and over and over. But when I show you guys how to make a wreath, there are different aspects and levels to building a wreath. So it's kind of different from this live from the lives that I would usually do. So, but let's see, I've got a pumpkin. I've been wanting to do an acrylic pour on a pumpkin after I saw Mixed Media Girl. I watched her a lot on YouTube, and she did a pour on a pumpkin. And so I bought me a pumpkin from Walmart a few weeks ago, and I've been meaning to do an acrylic pour on it. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I've been wanting, and I was going to video that and post it for y'all. But I've been painting a lot of flower centers for orders, so I haven't had time to paint my pumpkin yet. Would you all like for me to get on and do that as a live? Would you all come join me if I did an acrylic pour over the pumpkin live? I know I miss talking with you guys. I used to talk your guys' heads off. I know Skylar asked.
That's why they always took so long.
But talking is part of the fun.
It was bad. I'm saying that's why they lasted for hours.
I mean, Skylar was just a few days ago. She's like, "When are you going to do lives again, Mom?" And when I used to do the lives and they would last so long, she was like dreading me when she'd be dreaded.
4 hours, and you always had to be quiet and couldn't watch TV.
And now she misses me doing lives.
I wouldn't say I miss it.
Well,
it's been a while.
well, she's been telling me that I need to start doing lives again. I know I do. It's just, well, and my husband, I need a shelf put up on my wall so I can connect my tower that I put my recorder on so that it will be over me while I make a, because now I've got my my arts and crafts room fixed up, and I've got a spot for, I bought what do you call it? One of those things that you put your camera on to go over the table. Yeah, the tripod thing to put my camera on to go over my table so y'all could watch me better. It's just I got to get a shelf to attach it to on my wall. So I've been trying to get my husband to build it, just a little bitty piece of, a plank of wood or anything to make a shelf out of and put on my wall. But yeah, I still make wreaths. I've been posting wreaths that I've made on my page. I've made quite a few fall wreaths. Last week was a very productive week for me.
Lots of centers.
Oh man, the centers. My floor in my art room, because I've got 2 rooms now. I've got a craft room and an art room. All my painting stuff is in one room, and all my wreath and craft stuff is in another one. And the floor in my art room is covered. I've got the flower centers that I've poured. I mean, you can't hardly walk in there. What?
Oh, I just miscounted.
Okay.
I thought I missed one. I was like, no. Okay. All right. Get me another skein.
Okay.
Take it. Yes.
I haven't done good with the wreathing this year either, Lisa. I haven't made a lot. I've been more doing them by orders because since the shipping rate has raised, it's cost so much more now to ship a wreath than it used to. So I'm not getting orders for wreaths, or when I make a wreath, it doesn't sell because the shipping costs so much. And it's just, I've got wreaths around my house that I've made, and they're not going anywhere. So it's hard to want to make more wreaths when, you can't get them out the door. So
all you do is you just tie them together and pull it as tight as you can. And then you cut off all of your excess. And then you can't even tell that that's there, really. With the other chunkier yarn, you can't tell at all. But with this one, you can see it a little bit, but it's not super noticeable. And then whenever it's all put together like this anyway, you won't be able to see it. So that's how you tie them. And then when I finish this row, I'm going to show you how to finish it off.
even though she's
Even though
not.
I'm not finishing this one, I'm just going to show you how you do it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't have the patience for doing this like I do for making one of my Ophelia flowers or a wreath, because this just isn't my cup of tea,
Well,
I guess.
It's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's repetitive.
Repetitive.
It can hurt your hands after a while. Especially when you're making really big ones.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of flower centers for people have been ordering those, and I've been painting those because, people aren't ordering my wreaths, but they are ordering my flower centers. So, and they don't cost as much to ship. So that's what I've mainly been doing.
All right. So what we're going to do is when you're ready to finish it off, you're going to do one more roll, but you want to triple your loop size. So, hang on and I'll show you. So I'm going to pull through, but like really big loops. See how that loop compared to this one? Way bigger. You want to go way bigger. Not too big because then it'll be too loose, but you want it big enough because we're going to braid it. So you have to have the extra yarn, okay?
Can everyone see really good? I want to make sure I'm got this at a good angle so y'all can see. And this will stay on the page for y'all to come back and watch. And then we talked about when she gets most of this done and gets to the end of it, coming back on here and finishing it on a live. Because she's not going to finish it tonight. She's got other things she's got to do. She's a 23-year-old girl, so she don't want to sit in here all night with her mama making a quilt. But when she does finish it, we'll come back on live and she'll finish it with you guys so you can see. I'm excited about this. It looks so soft.
It is.
I knew I wanted the velvet. I just knew it. Which, I don't know, I'm loving that woolly yarn too.
That's why I got it.
But then I have to think, I'll tell you guys, this, where it's getting closer to the colder weather, I'm really bad for static. I do not know what it is about me, but I can touch anything and it will shock me. I just keep static. And so when I was wanting her to make me a chunky blanket, I had to think about what kind of material I wanted that wouldn't be so much static for me when I touch it. And I knew the woolly type of chunky yarn would just be too staticky for me. And I figured the velvet wouldn't be as bad.
Okay. So I did that. I finished my roll. I'm going to go back and count. Especially if you're finishing it off, you want to make sure you have the right number of loops. Okay, so zoom in, get right up here. So I'm going to go to the opposite side of where my working yarn is, and I'm going to go right here. I'm going to take the second loop, and I'm going to push my first loop through. Okay, and then I'm going to just keep doing that. Is everybody getting that?
Can everybody see good?
You're taking your second loop and you're pushing it through your first loop, and then that becomes the loop you work with next. See, and it looks like you braided it.
Oh, that's pretty.
Okay? So your first loop, you take your second loop and go through.
I love that color. I'm so glad I picked the blush. They had the cream color with velvet too, and I had a hard time picking between the cream and the blush, but I'm glad I picked the blush. I really like it.
Okay. So now I've got to the end, and if I was going to finish this one, you would cut this and then you would tie it, and then that's it.
Okay, let me get back so you guys can see. Now, this isn't it finished. She's still got 3 skeins to add, but she just wanted to show you if she was going to finish it. And like I said, we'll come back after when she gets closer to the end of finishing it, and we'll finish it off on a live. Is that okay with everyone?
Zoom in on it.
Oh my goodness, that's so soft. Look at that. But if you're interested, she takes orders, send us a message, and we'll post the type of yarn, the different types of yarn that she can use, and the colors, and we'll work out, just let us know what you guys want, and we can give you a price for it.
Yeah.
So,
This one I'm working on right now is dark gray. I'm going to put that green with it.
this green.
Yeah. That's the one I'm getting ready to...
So yeah, if I'd wanted, I could have done the cream and blush velvet. So I could have had 2 colors with the cream and blush velvet, but I just wanted the blush, so
Yeah, that would have been pretty though.
yeah. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should go get me no. Anyways, that's it.
So whenever I get real close to the end, we'll let you know, and then we'll do another live of me actually
Finishing it.
finishing it off.
All right, well, I guess let me turn you all back around here to see my pretty face now. I'm so glad you guys joined us and watching Skylar do this blanket, and I can't wait till we do another live and we get to chat and everything. And until next time, God bless.